Hey, I'm just going to share some updates we've made to our Shopify Sync API that allow you to specify the number of parent records synced from Shopify to your gadget database. This gives you more control over your syncs, especially when you're just developing your apps. You can only sync a set number of records, which helps keep spend down, and you have more control over things like request time. So I'm here in my Shopify shop install action. This on success function will be run when I install my app on one of my Shopify shops. And what we've added here is my syncLast and syncLast by properties. So syncLast allows me to specify a number of parent records synced to my gadget database. And syncLast by allows me to specify what timestamp I'm using to sort these records. So by default, if I don't include syncLast by, it will be updated at, I just have it here for example's sake, and this will sync my two most recently updated products. I can also go ahead, change this to created at, and it will sync my two most recently created products. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as updated at for now. Now, I do want to note that this is just specifying parent records. So you see, I also have my Shopify product variant model here, which is a child of my product. So what will happen is I will sync two products and all of the variants for those products. So if one of my products has 100 variants, we will sync all 100 of those variants to your gadget database. We're not gonna do a fraction or splitting of child model records. So I do just want to point that out. Let's go ahead and run this. I'm gonna go ahead and install my app on a store and we can test it out. And we should see just two products are synced to my database. Let's go ahead. This should kick off that install and run a data sync. If I go to my Shopify products, two records, perfect. That's exactly what I want to see because I specified two, and these are my two most recently updated records. And if we go check out my variants, I have more than two variants once again because one of my products does have multiple variants. We've also changed the behavior for the sync button here in the gadget editor. So if I go to my installs page, previously what we had here was a sync button and that would sync all of the data. If you want that behavior, it is available here in this drop-down menu, sync all data. Clicking on this sync recent data button will sync the last 10 parent records by default. So now if I go check out my products, I should have 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. It's a good thing it's 10. I can use my fingers to count if needed. These are some of the changes we've made to the Sync API. We still have Sync Since as an option on the Sync API as well, which allows you to specify a timestamp. So if you want to sync data from the last day, you can also go ahead and do that. And it is worth noting the default behavior of that Sync API call is still syncing everything. It will only limit the sync if you specify a syncLast or sync since option. And one more thing to note is that this will work for any Shopify model. So even if sorting by those timestamps isn't supported in the Shopify API, Gadget will go ahead and do that behind the scenes and only sync the two most recently created or updated records. If you have any questions about any of these sync changes, you can go ahead, check out our documentation, or hop in our developer Discord and ask us. Until next time, I hope you keep building more and coding less with Gadget.